Welcome all to sunny East Tennessee, where the impending stakes loom large ahead of a tangle between old foes in the USL League One. Greenville Triumph are in town for a date with a right and ready Chattanooga Red Wolves side. Both of these teams desperate to lift themselves from the canvas as they stumble into this clash today. Here is the tale of the table. You see a clear point of separation. Triumph bringing up the back of the vanguard as they sit on 24 points entering today. Below them, the 8th spot, that's the contest that Chattanooga Red Wolves will be keenly focused on as they come into today 1 point beneath the red line in the pace set by South Georgia Tormenta. But for Greenville, a team that hasn't had a lot of success as of late, and that's because they've been without this man as he makes his return to the starting 11 tonight. Chapa Herrera, he hasn't played since June 29th, and in that time, 1-2-5 for a Triumph team that was leading the pack to start the season. An important metronome in midfield, welcomed back by Rick Wright and company, as he will come up against a team in Chattanooga that has had a rough rub of it as of late. 1-1-4 in these last 6 league matches, and the tail of the tape pretty much backs that story as well. It's not been a very conjoined effort, you might say, by the side in red in recent stages, trying to connect the defense and the attack and find their identity ahead of this late stage in the year where they have everything to play for and a chance to make the playoffs. If they are to find some of those attacking ideas, though, Stefan Lukic might have a large hand in it today, as he is our 12 News player to watch coming into this game, leading the squad in terms of chance creation with 23 on the year in the league. He's become a mainstay in the starting 11 for this Red Wolves side. Behind that attacking front three, he'll look to be dangerous and sharp in this contest. All attention toward the center circle now. Kickoff is coming up here from the Volunteer State, where Greenville Triumph will hope to play the villain against a Chattanooga Red Wolves side desperate for all 3 points. I don't know why you go anywhere else. We're coming up with kickoff when we come back.
I need to try it first.
Sports are lifestyle. Teammate trust tackle ball. Electrolytes equal mouth success. Artificial flavor optimized for victory times.
Artificial? Nah. Body Armor knows nothing in sports should be artificial, because there's no substitute for real. Real sweeteners, real flavors, real love of sport. Body Armor. Nothing is more real.
Do you know how fast you were going? 2.5 gig. With kids on the couch.
New 2.5 gig internet from EPB.
Slow down.
It's recklessly fast.
Too fast.
With SmartNet plus Wi-Fi.
Violation.
Turbocharging all your devices. More than twice the speed of the gig for just a little more. Only from EPB.
That is recklessly fast.
The stage set beneath a setting sun here in Chattanooga, as Chattanooga Red Wolves and Greenville Triumph square up in the feigning flickers of this USL League One regular season. Howdy folks, I'm Peyton Gallagher. Here is how the lineups shape up for the two sides in this one. Chattanooga in the Iris Purple kit today in what looks like a 4-3-3. Hernandez, Coutinho, and Dos Rice making up a midfield with plenty of attacking fervor. And that front three is as dangerous as they really come in this league. Papa Mensah on the bench to start, as it will be Lukic, Marsh, and Malongo from the opening gun for this Red Wolves side. As we look across the line towards the Greenville Triumph end of things here, and it's a Triumph team that welcomed back Chapa Herrera to the starting 11. And that's a huge add for Rick Wright and company. He's such a important stabilizing force in the midfield as we get a look at that team sheet now. And you see Tyler Pollock in the back line coming off a game against Union Omaha in which he was responsible for a pair of own goals. He'll try to get back into good form in this game at left back, and it's Scarlett and Leandro Castro leading the line. Castro back in the starting 11 against Omaha and back amongst the goals the last time out. A welcome add as well for this Greenville side that's getting back to peak fitness in this all-important stage in the season. The stakes are massive. The points, such a premium at this stage in the campaign. These teams have looked across the line at each other many a time down the years. This USL League One, they'll do it again today. Green means go, and we're off. The light goes out, and this match commences from Chattanooga. Wins have been a scarce commodity for both Greenville Triumph and Chattanooga Red Wolves in recent stages, as 3 points will be the sole objective for both these sides here in this one. Triumph building out of a 3-back to start this game, taking down the line. Just skewed away from any kind of potential danger by Jamie Smith, who lands with a thud. Out for a throw. First blow of the whistle of the night for Joe Sergan, who marshals the contest. Jonathan Smith and Kevin Whitt are the linesmen today. Promise Adebayo Ige is the fourth official. Tossed in by Jamil Roberts. Something to pursue for Zion Scarlett. Well dealt with by TJ Bush. Been one of the best goalkeepers in the league this year, leading the league in saves by a wide margin. Throwing to come.
No, that's Greenville.
Greenville usher into the attacking phase, into the Chattanooga dugout. A look at the man marshaling the technical area for Chattanooga Red Wolves. That's Luke Winter, the acting head coach for this match, as he takes the reins of a Red Wolves side in dire need of some type of spark. Entering today 5-1-10 in the league campaign and just outside the playoff line. 1 point behind South Georgia Tormenta, currently in the 9 seed. You don't have to be great at math to understand how important 3 points would be for them, as they have a free kick to deal with here. Ball is aimed in. It's an inviting one. Just kept in play. And then it trickles over the line despite a great effort there by Zion Scarlett. A player that received high praise from Rick Wright for his recent performance. Felt like he was in a lot of good areas in that Union Omaha match that really was just chock full of unlucky bounces. The result not telling of how Greenville performed in that one. Scarlett making his 3rd consecutive start up front, partnering Leo Castro. Trying to be the lightning to Castro's thunder. Turned wide, Polak, and into Lion McKinnon, as he does what he does best, runs with the ball. And a clash there as Fricky goes hard into Siobhan Marsh. Maybe a little bit of payback there in that tackle. Marsh was a bright performer in the 3-1 win Chattanooga was able to put in their pocket when they played Greenville earlier in the season in South Carolina. Had a brace in that contest. Marsh coming off a match where he got his first goal last time out, and 8 in all competitions, which ended the longest goal-scoring drought he's had in a Red Wolves shirt. As he leads the line next to Mael Malongo today. Roberts, a bit of a bind as he blares downfield. Malongo chases on. Pascal Corvino. Interested to see how Red Wolves press their opponent. Chattanooga towards the bottom of the barrel in terms of the possession statistics coming into today, averaging about 46%. Opposite story on the opposite side of this contest as Greenville sit in second in that category, just a shade under 54% average. You can expect Chattanooga to pick their spots to get forward. That's how they were able to get that result last time against Greenville. Hit them on the counter a couple times. Rick Wright felt like that was not an indicative reflection of how that game went. Notable that Greenville also missed a pair of penalties in that contest. Polak. Rankenberg. Malongo sniffs it out, steps in front. Given right back by Dos Rice. High hanger in the direction of McKinnon. Runs out of road ahead of the touchline. There's a Greenville side that were chock full of goals in the early stages of this campaign. They've failed to score more than one in each of their last 6 games, but now with Leo Castro and Chapo Herrera back in the fold, offensive endeavors might be a touch easier on the road side going forward into this fading stretch of the regular season. A chance to maybe compile some points for Triumph. They're able to get off to a good start here. Matches against Central Valley Fuego, Lexington, Spokane Velocity, and then once more against Fuego. Some of those teams in the contest for the 8th spot, but below the playoff line coming into today, as 4 of their next 5, including this one, against teams currently outside the playoffs. Back to Bush. Room to roam forward. There's Lukic who dropped deep to get a touch. Omar Hernandez defers. Now Fala. Flushed wide into Roberts. Coutinho. A nifty little backheel. Malongo trying to bend to the byline. Held off by Corvino. A robust bit of defending, and it's flapped out of play. It was Coutinho strafing in there, and it's a throw in to come for Greenville. Coutinho and Marsh and Lukic fluttering into Marsh, who has the wheels to catch up and keep it in play. And Roberts. Malongo unable to spit himself free. Guided away by Smith. Castro. Room to flash a pass in on the chase. Zion Scarlett to Liam McKinnon. The flag is down, a point to the center circle, and Greenville have their opener. McKinnon, a familiar foe to this Chattanooga Red Wolves side, rears his ugly head again as McKinnon is the recipient of a great run in behind from Zion Scarlett. All that was required was the final touch. This is a man that scored 4 against Chattanooga, a club record last year. And he's off on the good foot inside the first 10 minutes here. Only 1 goal for him in the last 8 games. That must feel like £1,000,000 pounds off his shoulders. The leading light in this side makes it 13 in the league and the cup, and it's all to do again for Chattanooga. Red Wolves yet to win a league contest in which they've trailed at halftime throughout the course of this campaign. All-important piece of contact for the next 35 minutes and whatever stoppage is offered. Chattanooga have looked dangerous throughout the course of these early exchanges, though, so far from beyond the imagination that they might find a way back into this one. The test has grown significantly taller. It should also be noted that Greenville are 8-0-1 this year when McKinnon scores. They're 2-5-8 when he doesn't. Shake of the 8 ball says everything going swimmingly right now for Greenville. In by Polak. Headed along to McKinnon. And that's Scarlett there who was getting involved. Handled well by the home side Chattanooga Red Wolves. John Hope. Greenville maybe a bit emboldened by that recent scoring strike, infringing a bit higher. Hadn't pressed much to start the game. Rick Wright said in the build-up to this one that they would vary their approach in terms of their pressing efforts throughout the course of the game. Try and keep the opponent off balance. Strong tackle on the far flank. Lukic and Coutinho. Dos Rice and Coutinho once more. Great one-touch stuff. Lukic on the sharp ends. One wide. A taming touch from Marsh, and Lukic has it once more. Marsh trying to present himself rather than Malongo. As an overlap, the ball never got there. And Greenville now leak out. Options available. Fizz forward towards Scarlett. Shadowing with the marking there was Fala. Tight spot here, Jamie Smith. He's dispossessed. A chopping tackle from Siobhan Marsh. On the same page, though, with Mile Malongo. This is the stage of the game where you want to watch Chapa Herrera as he gets on the ball. His movement, the way he hunts space and relieves tension in the first phase of build-up. Down the line. It's a throw in to come for Greenville. A long throw coming. Trebuchet in by Anderson. Knotted out by Maio Malongo. Once more by Anderson. Something to deal with. Now for a goal kick. Castro took a stab. Couldn't conjure the connection necessary. Into Coutinho. And given away. Herrera stirring the drink once more. Pulling all the strings as he flushes wide to Polak. And McKinnon. Sizing up Hernandez. McKinnon trundled through. And it's a clean challenge and a corner coming. Greenville have struggled to find bite on set pieces this year. Only 3 goals scored in league play. That's the last mark in the league to date this season. That said, this is also the worst set piece defense in the division as the ball comes in. Up and over the target. Bodies remaining in the box, so it looks like another corner coming. This time from the opposite flag. It belongs to Liam McKinnon. 5 assists on the year, would love to make it 6. Low and driven to the near post. It was pinballed dangerously, but it's away now. Herrera. Just too tall for Scarlett.
Concessions brought to you tonight by Coca-Cola. Quench your thirst with the Coca-Cola beverage. Together,
but that is the value of Herrera, even if it didn't come off there. The ambition and the quality to match, to play a pass like that, has been something a bit absent in this Triumph team. Quite frankly, Rick Wright was astonished that they had the opportunity this offseason to bring Herrera through the door. Worked out well, has the same representation as Carlos Anguiano, who's on the bench today. In the offseason, after signing Anguiano, agent said, make an offer, see what happens. Herrera was excited to join this project, had been a mainstay in the El Paso Locomotive setup since their inception. Flash down the wing, onto it. Maio Malongo stepping in. Maio Malongo tried his hand and curled it off target. There's so much cut and thrust, though, in this Chattanooga attack, and you see how instantly they can get forward. Show off some of that potential in the final third. Marsh and Malongo, one-touch players. They can change the game with only a single instant on the ball. It does look like Marsh is the one leading the line early. Malongo roaming down this near touchline as that ball's in behind and might be something. Scarlett laid off, it's McKinnon again! A deja vu dart. The gruesome twosome at the front. Scarlett and then McKinnon, and 2-0. It all comes into sharp focus for Greenville. Just saw that space in behind, let the ball go, and such good work to take it down, to tame it for Zion Scarlett, who has his second assist of the match to set up the second goal of the match for Liam McKinnon. We told you that he set the club record last year against this Red Wolves side for goals in a game by an individual with 4. He might be hunting a higher mark tonight at this pace. Already sitting on a hat trick, 18 minutes in. It appears the water is back on for Liam McKinnon. Driving forward out of the back, it's Owen Green. How did that check that? Omar Hernandez. Good tackle there. Ball off the toes there. Jamil Roberts. Omar Hernandez flashed forward, just skidding away from Lukic. A bit of trickery there from Castro, it doesn't come off. Polak has it now though. Out for a throw. Coca-Cola is the exclusive soft drink of Chattanooga Red Wolves. The home side desperately in need of a lift. Hard to find many better pick-me-ups than an ice-cold Coke. Ball in behind. This time Bush is out for it. Meets it at the top of the box. Lukic taken down by Herrera. Golfed forward into the channel. Onto it to Marsh. Siobhan Marsh. Shaped his shoot and flushed it wide, just narrowly. Once more, it's Marsh who's at the heart of the Chattanooga threat. Start this has been for Greenville. A pair of goals by Liam McKinnon, both assisted by Zion Scarlett. Leonard today with only one on the year, so he's already doubled that and then tripled it. This is a team that entered today winless in all competitions in their last 6, 3 consecutive losses. This has been a good get-right game so far. It could get even better. Cleared off the line. Heroic defending from Toby John Hope, who dons the cape and keeps it at 2-0. On to it now. Walefi Dos Rice, the captain. A piercing pass, pump forward to Malongo. Marsh arriving and biting in too sharply. Some sparks of life, though, from Chattanooga.
This replay is brought to you by Rodriguez Family Dentistry, the official dentist group for the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Malongo just needed a little bit more gusto in that pass to Marsh, who was making the second man run. Right back to the front foot, though, the roadside. Greenville attacking ideas in their own right. Scarlett snaking and striping away. Anderson. Smith. Once more, Hayden Anderson. And this is Zion Scarlett. Flapped it, goal, off the post, still there. Castro has just stroked it high. And it took a touch, it's out for a corner. So nearly there, as it was shuttled in by Scarlett. And Castro, with the goal mouth gaping, rarely would leave the opposition unpunished. Scored his last time out, was trying to make it 2 on the skip. The old vet who's played on multiple continents lies in wait now, ahead of this corner, taken short. In by Anderson. And up to it is TJ Bush, who bombs forward, and the target he was looking for on the deck as the ball is clutched back in tow by Tyler Polak. There's Malongo that was cheating in. Wasting no time though, it's Castro, one wide. This is Liam McKinnon on the quick combination, read well by John Hope. Those two just have a little bit of a mind meld, McKinnon and Leo Castro. Able to just anticipate each other's movements so well. It's been a hand-in-glove fit all year long, and those two players have featured on the field at the same time. Saw that connection create the goal scored in Nebraska against Union Omaha. Streaming forward, it's Anderson. And this is Castro. Shuttling a ball forward to Scarlett. And crushing in with a much-needed tackle, Jamil Roberts. It's a barrage right now, though, for Chattanooga. Taking shot after shot. Just trying to get out of this round. $2-0 is certainly recoverable. 3-0, hard to find a way back. Outswinger. Slips away from Smith, it looked like, who was arriving there at the top of the box. McKinnon, a heavy first touch. Taken out by Marsh. Could be a dangerous spot to deliver into the area. McKinnon. Another inviting delivery, and this time Castro just touches it wide. Castro missed a bunch of time, was out of the 11 from July 20th to the late stages of August, just back into starting form. Last time out against Union Omaha. But he has not missed a step today. Ever involved as that player to pry open space between lines, will drop in and find the game wherever it is, as he does now. Dos Rice cleans up. That was not the plan. Coutinho taking one on the noggin. Nothing more, hopefully, than a bruised ego as Chattanooga continue on. Listless pass gets away from Lukic. The chance blooms right now for Greenville. It skids beyond their grasp, and it's onto it for Coutinho. Ahead of him is Lukic, and further forward is Malongo, who has it singe his shoelaces on the way through. Just missing that little bit of synergy in the attack right now, Chattanooga. It was good build-up. Just broke down in the final stage. Castro. Bit of a high boots. That's the word. It's a foul against Chattanooga. Greenville wanted to go fast. Yellow card. Looks like for dissent for Walefi Dos Rice, the captain. Joe Surgon grabs hold, asserts his authority. So confirmation there, Walefi Dos Rice, his name taken. Look at a back line that's been under siege so far for Chattanooga. So they have more to deal with here. Ahead of a free kick and into the final 15 minutes of the first half. Another yellow card's been shown. Who to? Based on the conversation being had, an educated guess. Well, maybe not responsible to speculate. Leo Fala protesting strongly, though. Fala has been booked as much as anyone in the league this year, in the league and the cup. That would be his 12th caution.
Ladies and gentlemen, correction. The official has issued a second yellow card to Chattanooga Redbirds number 23, Toby John Hope, resulting in his ejection from the match. To your left, Gary.
They've also been shown to John Hope. Has Toby John Hope been sent off? He's taking a long walk. I believe it has been a second yellow and a red card. And bad goes to worse in a flash for Chattanooga, who are down to 10 men.
Why did you say you were hot, and then when I went off, he acted like I was hot? I know. I went looking for,
Not quite sure what happened. It happened off screen. Was well beyond the frame of mind, as Surgon was quite a distance from John Hope, trying to sort things out after the initial incident. But it's a tough spot for Chattanooga now, down a pair of goals and now down a man. John Hope has been such a steadying force at the back as well since being brought into the squad mid-season. Smith and Anderson, struck through by Omar Hernandez. Red cards have been a common threat in Chattanooga Red Wolves matches. Had 2 against 1 knocks just a little less than a month ago. Had a man sent off in the following match against Lexington as well, and now 1 sent off today. On to Malonco. And Coutinho. Whistle goes. Looks like Chattanooga are readying a change. And Declan Waters, that's a suitable substitution. An attacker comes off and Waters comes on to play center back instead of Toby John Hope. Try and shore things up. Chapa Herrera. Rankenberg.
It's Jonathan's goal time. Fans, stand up and get loud. If a Red Wolves goal is scored between the 35th and 45th minute,
Chapa Herrera.
all fans of tonight's game will get a free salsa and queso.
Turned wide, looking for Polak, never got there. Onto it to Marsh. The overlap is available, instead cutting infield, Marsh. Dos Rice. Lukic, fancy feet, into Malongo. Hoping to get one back, still fighting Malongo. And blasted away. Lukic. Dos Rice. Rankenberg. Gobbled up in mid-park and the whistle shrieks. A foul awarded against Greenville. Pedro Hernandez is down. Here's a look back at it. McKinnon just going for the ball, and it turned into a bit of a tangle. Hernandez arriving first. Just trying to shake that off. Trying to sort out that red card to Toby John Hope from earlier. Here's a look back at what we think was the first yellow card that came in the goal sequence earlier on in the match, as there was a collision there in the box on Scarlett. Advantage was played. You see Joe Surgan signal for it. What would have been a penalty, but because the goal was scored, there was no reason to give the PK. That would have likely been a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, but since the goal was scored anyway, just a yellow card instead of a red, and it's a safe assumption that the second yellow was given for some sort of dissent in the melee that ensued after the decision to book Walefi Dos Rice and the foul that was given that preceded that. So a lot to untangle there, and a little bit of uncertainty as to all the factors that went into that second yellow card, but that is the decision that was laid down by Joe Surgan. It was certainly not a straight red, it was a second yellow. And that is what ended the day for Toby John Hope. Polak down the line. Herrera, a probing pass that Bush was alert to. Now for Chattanooga, just trying to get to the dressing room, dust themselves down and assess how to attack this second frame. On the twist, it's Herrera. Just so good on the ball. A stabilizing force in midfield as he keeps it for his side. That's what they've been missing, Greenville. guy that prior to his injury had played all but 22, the 1,400 plus minutes of live action in the league and the Jaeger Cup. They said that he was available for Union Omaha, but they didn't want to take the chance of running him out there because he's a guy whose motor runs so hot he can't really regulate it. Didn't want to overextend and potentially re-aggravate the injury. Into Castro and into the box. Leo Castro! Didn't miss by much as he took it on himself. Off the head of Lukic, and the chest of Malongo. He links up with Lukic once more. Somehow able to sort that out, at least for a second. Now finds Dos Rice. That's great work. Even better there from Walefi Dos Rice. Finally taken away by Greenville. No reason to rush at the back. Turned wide by Lee, and Polak lost his footing. Declan Waters. Fall up, folding in, and sniffed out by Hayden Anderson. Chased away by Polak. Roberts as Greenville press in. Polak and McKinnon between the lines, thrusting forward. Castro in for Scarlett. Slammed into the back of the nets. But it looks like the flag is up, offside. That's a player that's earned everything he's had to do in this game. Done a lot of hard running. Already a pair of assists, and thought for at least a brief second that he had tallied a goal today. Covino smartly wriggles away. McKinnon and Covino again. Tap dancing through the defense and on to Scarlett. Guided away by Fala. Now Chapo Herrera and McKinnon. Stepping and skipping out of danger. Herrera, now Castro. Smoothly on. Covino. Herrera makes a darting run forward. Covino chooses a backward path. Onto its Herrera. And Polak. Plenty of space to navigate for Greenville, but it closes quickly and onto it with the set. Chattanooga looking up for Malongo, who has it in tow. Mael Malongo! Mael Malongo! A lifeline for Chattanooga. Through the breach and back into the game, Mael Malongo gives Chattanooga something to lift their chins about into the dressing room. Determined to defy the defense and down a man. Chattanooga have not given up the fight. They renew the interest just ahead of halftime. A composed finish for the forward. As Malongo finds the back of the net much like he did away to Greenville earlier this year. And that changes everything. It's 3 minutes of stoppage time. Chattanooga have turned the game on its head. All to play for now. Dos Rice. Steel nerves in the face of pressure. Out for a throw. Is there another in this half for Chattanooga? You can feel how the pulse of the place has felt that uplift. The energy completely shifting. Launched in. Hernandez settling in the corner. Wins a throw. Chattanooga designs on a really big shakeup ahead of halftime. They want a corner? Yes, they have. Greenville have been one of the best set-piece defenses in the league. They've only conceded 4 times from dead balls. Within swing. Guided away. Dos Rice has not been able to work that out. Still there for Chattanooga. Beyond the 3 minutes given now. Going the wrong direction. Bush. Skyscraping ball to the far flank. Lukic onto it. There for Siobhan Marsh. Siobhan Marsh still. This is Siobhan Marsh. A little bit of a tumble at the top of the box. But nothing more in it. And that's half. And what a half it was. Looked like it may have been done and dusted for about 44 minutes. And then a volt of electricity right through the spine of Chattanooga Red Wolves as you look back at the penalty claim there as Polak stuck one on Hernandez at the edge of the area. But it's off to the dressing room now. Much to mull, much to think about as we head towards the second 45. First frame in the book here in the Volunteer State. It's 2-1 Greenville. Up a man, up a goal, but maybe up against the impending momentum of Chattanooga in the second half of play. As we step aside, we'll take apart that first half when we come back. The USL League One never disappoints, folks. Much to think about, much to look forward to as we do that, and we'll get back to you here in a moment. A word from our sponsors. We'll be back shortly.
Sports are lifestyle. Teammate trust tackle ball. Electrolytes equal mouth success. Artificial flavor, optimized for victory times.
Artificial? Nah. Body Armor knows nothing in sports should be artificial because there's no substitute for real. Real sweeteners, real flavors, real love of sport. Body Armor. Nothing is more real.
Do you know how fast you were going? 2.5 gig. With kids on the couch.
New 2.5 gig internet from EPB.
Slow down.
It's recklessly fast.
Too fast.
With SmartNet plus Wi-Fi.
Violation.
Turbocharging all your devices. More than twice the speed of the gig for just a little more. Only from EPB.
That is recklessly fast.
Back here at the break where it sits 2-1, Greenville. A nose in front of Chattanooga Red Wolves. This match week off to a sizzling start, but before we look at all that took place in that first frame, we take a look back at the week that's been in the USL League One.
It's a good stretch of home games upcoming, and this is turned over. Louise Hill against Nuhu. Hill around the goalkeeper. Hill scores. Waldeck. The in-swinging ball. Miller's in front. A second goal for Spokane Velocity. They lead 2-0 at home.
Velocity, not easy to deal with that amount of pressure.
Heads go up, it's flicked towards the corner, and it is in!
He wants to take on defenders himself. In Jai, back post, punched away, falls to Correa. Oberton tries again, and it's a sensational strike! It falls for Angelo Kelly. Lays it off, Thomas has a hit. Kelly was down just outside the area. The Tequila against Pack. And Tequila converts. Knoxville level.
A chance up ahead. Lukic, stutter steps, out wide, sends it in, headed on, scores! But he's going to have to keep an eye out as Madison are back on the attack once more with Gebhard. Gebhard in front, Galinje shoots and scores! This game's level at 1 apiece, just shy of half. Villalobos recovers, back and forth it goes. Villalobos has Prentice all alone. Prentice 1v1 scores! The Wolf against the Wolves.
Weaving through players, Lyon McKinnon still going, shifts it to Castro! Oh my, that was gorgeous! Gomez, one-on-one with Schultz in the corner. Aron Gomez finds the space to cross it, and it deflects back into goal! Had a quiet game on the offensive side for the most part. Chips this one up, it's in! Dion Akoff earns the deflection. Akoff inside. This one to Dos Santos. And they're dicing now. Union Omaha up 3-1.
Has the set, flaring forward for Oprah. Still free in the box, falling to Rendon. Bruno Rendon! The player's choice. On the move, Rendon in front of goal, Billy King! As easy as you could ever ask for. Cameron Lancaster! my word, what a goal! Laid off into King. Billy King settling, firing! Oh my word, Billy King has sent the net, embraced himself. In it comes. Firm header, still free, and poked in. Well, Knight, that's a gamble. It's not worked out. It's for McKinnon Clark. And for the first time in his young career, he finds the back of the nets.
He has Luis Heel in behind. Luis Heel strikes save, falls right back to the captain, can't find shooting space, and Lewis finds the back of the net. Andre Lewis caps off the attack. And fired over the bar, still in play. Poke back in front, Vasquez, 1-1. They've got to go get another. Lewis got the pass away. Here's Gonzalez, just like that, it's 2-1. Another pullback pass, and this one, no mistake made. Has a posse of white shirts around him. Carrera Garcia still dribbling. Finds Mariona.
Is it somebody's birthday? Dad, come watch us hit this ugly piñata. Dad!
When Hornets show up, so do we. Terminix it.
The best nights start with Jägermeister. Made with 56 botanicals. Always served ice cold.
It would take a miracle to come back from this. Heartbreaking end to the season. But what's this?
For the moments when anticipation
Clock's counting down. 5 seconds. 3, 2,
becomes celebration. Jägermeister. Meister the moment.
Goodrum pounds this ball, and the boys in purple soaring.
When mosquitoes show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Yeah, trick. I said what I said. I'd rather be famous instead.
Back here at halftime, scored 2-1. Greenville triumph with the lead on Chattanooga Red Wolves. Some news and notable occurrences around the USL League One, and there has been plenty going on in this division. There always is. So much entertainment at this level, as you got to see last night the new stadium debut for Lexington SC as they welcomed one Knox to kick things off in the maiden voyage for that facility up in Kentucky. Jägermeister Cup final is set. Forward Madison will see Northern Colorado Hailstorm in that one. What a story that tournament has been all year long, and then the playoffs. Such a poignant point for the contest taking place right now as the fight proceeding continues down this final stretch. Here are some of the scores so important to that final stretch, as one Knox got the result yesterday as they fight for the 1 seed over Lexington SC just outside the playoff picture right now. 0-0, 63 minutes in between Charlotte Independence and Richmond Kickers. Independence also jockeying for position at the top of the table. On the upcoming matches, NOCO and Union Omaha, and Spokane Velocity and South Georgia Tormenta later on tonight. Here is what's coming up as we look ahead, the upcoming schedule, and this is a slate heading into next week. A couple hugely important games in the week to come. really can't find one much bigger than that Union Omaha 1 Knoxville tie, as that will have huge implications on whoever might have home field advantage throughout the duration of the playoffs. As we set to step aside here in Chattanooga, eyeing the second frame of play, as Red Wolves and Greenville triumph. We'll lock it up for the next 45 when we come back here from the state of Tennessee.
I need to try it first.
And he scores!
Set for kickoff here between Chattanooga Red Wolves and Greenville Triumph in the second half of action. Here's a look back at the first half. Here's how we got where we're at. Started early, 10 minutes in, Triumph able to nose in front by way of Zion Scarlett, who pried the opponent open, looked up, found his friend, Ryan McKinnon, slotted home, an academic finish, and just like that, it was 1-0. Greenville would not relent as they would find another only moments later. You see the embrace between those two. That would become a theme as they link up again, Scarlett and McKinnon, in a virtually identical goal. A long ball in behind, run onto by Scarlett, laid off, and McKinnon makes short work. Bush incensed as his defense was torn to shreds there by the pace of Zion Scarlett and the precision of Ryan McKinnon. And it looked pretty dire at that stage, but Mile Malongo would extend the hand and lift his side up as he ran in behind. Just would not give up the fight, took it right off the toes of Brandon Trickey. Coursed in one-on-one and slammed home his scoring strike. Another look as Malongo was able to rip that one up in midfield and race away as we step out and prepare for this second half. We've been patiently waiting in the field of play. We are ready to go.
There will be a fireworks show starting as soon as the match ends.
First 5 to 15 minutes, that stretch is going to be so important for Chattanooga, but they're under duress early. Just poked away off the toes of Zion Scarlett. Red Wolves can't find a way to get another, even down a man, as Toby John Hope was sent off in that first frame. They will feel like they have the ascendancy in their favor. Greenville trying to regain control. Ball in. Well met at the near post. Herrera able to scoop it through. Long from Malongo. This time unable to work it out all the way back to Rankenberg. Goes Rice. Skipping down the line now. Chattanooga on the front foot. It's Lukic. Gonna shuffle it in for Malongo. Extinguishing the attack was Corvino. Lukic. Jamil Roberts. Turned wide and turned over. Onto it quickly. Here's Jamie Smith. Greenville, who have only carried a lead for 9 minutes out of the 591 that they have played coming into this game. Those the moments right after the go-ahead goal against Union Omaha. That lead was quickly erased. A match that they would fall in 3-1. They have basically been in the driver's seat for the last 30 plus here in this one. They'd love to expand their advantage with Lion McKinnon in possession. Just clipped away though. Turn back to Bush. Bush choosing route one. Wisely headed back by Jamie Smith. Castro able to catch up, but Herrera's onto it. He leans it wide. Jamie Smith roped along. Hayden Anderson and McKinnon unable to cut himself free. And it's Lukic, and plenty of green grass unfolding in front of Chattanooga. Stefan Lukic. And Malongo slowing the tempo. Goes Rice. Bounding toward the top of the box and poked away. Castro bending in, causing problems. Still Castro. Stroked high and handsome. Goal kick. In play, a good time to tell you that if you're looking for a credit union that knows you by name, check out Scenic Community Credit Union. Checking accounts that fit you. Chattanooga with machinations of maybe putting some points in the bank if they can find a goal and get back to level grounds. As Lukic snakes away. A serpentine dribble to push the ball forward. Now Omar Hernandez. Throw in to come. Much more attacking spark from Chattanooga. In the second half, 5 minutes in, held up by Malongo. Laid off for Lukic. And the lash just over the bar. He's been the one involved. He's been the one pressing the buttons and turning the screws. Greenville seem a bit dazed and confused to start this frame. Hard challenge and a sharp whistle. A stern talking to for Hayden Anderson. Again, Chattanooga have not won a game this year in league play in which they've trailed at the intermission. They've been able to save 2 draws though. 8 times they've been beaten from that position. Can they buck that trend here in this second 45? Given away in mid-park. Corvino. And McKinnon sitting on a hat trick. It's Liam McKinnon taking it onto his left, and it's a tame effort. Easy pickings for a grateful TJ Bush. Well-connected play, quilting away. It's Mayo Malongo again. The cat amongst the pigeons, it's Marsh now. And it just laps down over the end line. There is a level of freedom, though, that is streaming and coursing through the veins of Chattanooga Red Wolves. This is a team playing with swagger in the attacking ends. Greenville trying to rain on the parade as they move forward. Greenville entering today, having lost 3 straight games for the first time since 2021. Trying to avoid that fate today. And done well to position themselves to achieve that goal as they pry their opponent open. Polak. Still Polak, just unable to untangle himself at the top of the box. And he wins the ball back. Thrust wide to Anderson. Check out the new 2024 Chattanooga Red Wolves kit along with t-shirts, scarves, novelty items, and much more at ChattanoogaRedWolves-ST.com. Side in purple, that vibrant, very sharp number, the Iris kit that they're wearing, digging in to defend and now starting to stoke the engine. They shovel coal into the Boilermaker and move forward again. Oh, what a run. In toward Malongo, who goes down. Gobbled up by Rankenberg. McKinnon in his own half. Where to go forward. Now gets involved in the middle of the field. Liam McKinnon. Polak pushed into Castro. With the man advantage, Greenville with plenty of room to operate. Red Bulls just trying to stay compact. Just waiting for the loose pass that they can maybe trigger on and get out on the counter. And there is that loose pass. It's Marsh. Malongo weaving away, worked wide. Hernandez forcing a save out of Rankenberg. It's still there. Dos Rice and Malongo. Red Wolves with their tails up and too tall there as it was lifted in to a flat-footed Omar Hernandez out for a goal kick. This is a completely different team, though, than we saw in the first 44 minutes before the Malongo goal to draw one back.
This replay is brought to you by Rodriguez Family Dentistry.
Team from Tennessee with a cast iron disposition. Steely focused towards their goal in this game. Again, just 1 point outside the playoff picture entering today. hot on the heels of South Georgia Tormenta. It's a difficult stretch of games upcoming for Chattanooga as that ball is lifted in behind, but the flag promptly up. It starts today with Greenville, a team that has been in the top spot for a lot of this regular season, currently in 7th, but still within touching distance of a home playoff game if they can get things worked out in this final stretch. Then it's away to a Northern Colorado team that's played as well as anybody in the last month of this season, as they've made their way to the Jaeger Cup final and have been an indomitable force in the league, as caution has been awarded to Zion Scarlett there. A home match in a derby day against One Knox after that for Chattanooga, then away to Forward Madison. All teams that have aspirations of maybe lifting silverware at the end of the season. We'll finish up with Lexington and Richmond, so winnable games there at the end, but it's a murderer's row on the docket for Chattanooga. How big it would be to find something from this game to get that stretch started on a good foot as we make our way toward the hour mark. Not a hearty clearance there out of the back. Evan Lee. Regained though by Greenville. Scarlett, stabbing tackle by Leo Fala. McKinnon. Enough lift in that pass to the wide side. And grabbing hold of Chattanooga. Longo's on the case. Never got to him. And Greenville trying to move forward with the opponent stretched. Corvino. Feels like Greenville have made a conscious effort to try and take some of the air out of the game. Been very patient in their attacking play. Anderson and Corvino, and wide to Polak. Liam McKinnon, turn towards goal and trickling in just inside the posts. Hayden Anderson grabs the match back with 2 hands, and it's 3-1. He scored the last time these two teams got together, and he may have scored the backbreaker today. As the clock strikes the hour mark, Liam McKinnon unintentionally sets it for Anderson. It turns into a perfect touch from him, and Anderson arrives to put his side out of touching distance again. Again, Greenville came into this match. They hadn't scored more than 1 in their last 6 games, but they've got 3 today. And we'll see if that is scored an assist for Liam McKinnon, but if it is, it's turning into a team of the week, if not man of the match week type of performance for him. That's Federico Stachuk that's being readied. Recently acquired at the end of August, a player that they have real hopes for in Greenville. He might help their attack in these final phases of the year. Also looked like Carlitos Anguiano was being summoned. Member of that championship Phoenix Rising side from a year ago. See if he is able to get in on the contest. High hanger, get back towards the box. See how Chattanooga respond to having that ball hit the back of their net. Still plenty of time as that ball is ushered into the area. Gets away from Polak. Siobhan Marsh has a whack. Still there for Chattanooga. Toward the byline and well met in the defensive effort by Jamie Smith. That's played every minute of the last 8 matches. Jamie Smith basically played every minute of the entire season. Mr. Dependable for Greenville. Triumph is on the other end, his opposite number. The far fullback Polak gets his side off and running. Castro. Fleet feet, Leo Castro, sweetly over. Anderson, swept in, McKinnon! Swings a heavy hammer and has his hat trick. Liam McKinnon with a confirming strike. And Greenville bound away. What a performance from them. Took the best shot that Chattanooga had. Looked a little bit pinned in at the start of this frame, but they have hit the accelerator with conviction. What a ball in from Anderson, right at that awkward height and that awkward place for the goalkeeper, the corridor of indecision. Was fizzed in, and McKinnon, all he had to do was get something on that. A hat trick for him. And it's a whole bunch of changes to be made. Does Greenville have this one well in hand now?
Entering the match for your Chattanooga residents, number 6, Leopoldo Hernandez.
Leopoldo Hernandez has come on for Chattanooga.
And number 20, Ropapa Mensah.
As well as Ropapa Mensah for a little bit of mop-up duty, a player that needs to find form for Chattanooga in these final days of the regular season. We told you about a couple of the Greenville changes being readied. Ball is sent twirling to the opposite end, met by Polak. Whistle goes as Corvino is dumped. Free kick coming here. Rankenberg told to get on with it. Looks like Stachuk and Anguiano were the 2 changes made by Greenville. You see both of them in your picture there. Polak. McKinnon on the ball. See if he's hungry for more goals as he tries to assert a claim potentially in the Golden Boot race with these 3 he scored today. McKinnon wrapping in, maybe eyeing a 4th. Scarlett making the run. Just turned back by Red Wolves. In trouble on this near side. Pedro Hernandez and out of touch, winning a throw. Greenville still pressing with how tight things are in terms of the race for the 1 seed. Goal difference will matter, so reason to continue on for the roadside. McKinnon clawed off the ball. Paulo Hernandez putting in the tackle. Cortino and Anguiano, who celebrated a birthday this week, turning 24. It might be belated, but this has been quite the prize, his team's performance in this one. Anguiano, a shifty pocket player with a great first touch. On the ball here, such a good circulator. As he plays forward, a player that this year has averaged 28.5 touches per 90 and 20.9 passes per 90. So let's parse that math really quickly. Basically, Carlos Anguiano gets the ball and he moves it along. That's what he does here. Just keeps the circulation. 2-touch stuff from him. Just rondoing around. Thanks for proving the point, Carlos. Away by Rankenberg. Polak's there. Met by stiff resistance from Pedro Hernandez. McKinnon slipped through and just scuffed away. Looked like it was Fala who got the important touch in. As Scarlett was probing in behind. The ball's given back though, McKinnon. Still Lion McKinnon. Whistle goes. Like Nate Schultz and Rodrigo Robles being ready. Next moment of opportunity to make entrance into this game. Greenville likely to shelve some of their key performers. This game all but signed, sealed, and delivered. Swerving ball from Anguiano. Skips out of touch. It's a Greenville side that has just gotten back to full fitness is Chapa Herrera. Back in action today after some time off. We told you at the top of the broadcast how important he has been all year to the performance of this side. That was true again tonight, but he will continue on here as Leo Castro, the captain Brandon Fricke, the one who exits. Go Schultz and Robles. Hernandez just getting back from injury in his own right. We're told that Sebastian Velasquez is close as well. 33-year-old Colombian who's missed a substantial chunk of time with injury in his own right. This downtick in form was never really about Greenville in their full assembly, never an indication of the quality of team that they are. Maybe the fact that the league had found them out now. It was all about fitness, and with key players down and a player down on the field here, the hope is that these two teams can remain fit these next 20 minutes and change. The one struggling, Omar Hernandez. So humid in the south this time of year as the seasons change over. Just trying to stretch something out. See Red Bulls players trying to get on the same page and formulate some sort of strategy that might get them something back in this game. That guy's staying 10 toes down. Rebels will make a change. Day done for Omar Hernandez. No reason to chance it. A player playing pretty well as of late. He won't come off here though. Also looks like day done for Siobhan Marsh. So that's the number that goes up on the board. Gustavo Fernandez and Owen Green set to come on, a pair of defenders. Likely an effort to stop any bleeding.
Entering the match for your Chattanooga Red Bulls, number 18, Owen Green. And number 19, Gustavo Fernandez.
Onto the ball here. Greenville Triumph. Charging forward. Stachuk. Stachuk has a go. Leaves it wide. Goal kick. Metro is the official HVAC company of the Chattanooga Red Wolves. Winning the whistle, Gustavo Fernandez. Given away in mid-part. Robles unable to shake free. A hardy tackle put in by Gustavo Fernandez. Anguiano down. That's little on big as Declan Waters comes to meet him. That's not a fair fight. All 125 listed pounds against player in Declan Waters that is 6'5", 203. Free kick. The Wolves prepared to strike in that select match ball. Official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues select throughout Europe. Visit us.select-sport.com. As that ball is gobbled up by Rankenberg. Plenty of great products over there. It's a ball that has served a great tool for Greenville Triumph tonight. Waters getting stuck in, and once more exchanging barbs and blows with Carlos Anguiano. This should paint a pretty convincing picture of the performance here tonight for this side from Greenville. Again, 3 goals in the last 591 minutes in this down run of form. They've scored 4 tonight. Certainly helped along by that first half red card from Toby John Hope, but had already scored a pair at the point that he was sent off. Loose ball gobbled up by Chattanooga. Ropapa-Mensah rolls it wide. Owen Green now. Eyes up. Cut in. Just tall enough to meet Mayo Malongo, who scored the lone goal for Chattanooga. Would like to add another. And handled well by Rankenberg. A little bit precarious as that ball came in low. Polak. Ryan McKinnon. Already with the hat trick today. Shuttles wide. Robles. And McKinnon receives. Swirling and dancing. And done away with. Route 1 ball out of the back. Aimed in the direction of Hernandez, knocked down for Mensah. Hernandez dives in, pinches it off Carlitos Anguiano, who skips back on top of the ball and keeps it for his side. Lofted into the path of Liam McKinnon. This time, not to have the better of Gustavo Fernandez, who's done well since coming on. He won 8 of his 12 duels in the last match against forward Madison, Gustavo Fernandez, and he's won a couple here so far. Into the final 10 minutes. Down in a heap was Ropapa-Mensah. Ball never a chance to get to him. And onward go Greenville. Zion Scarlett. McKinnon arriving late. A big block at the back by Leo Fala. There's the silver lining in this. Red Wolves have done some good one-on-one defending throughout the course of this one. Then Stachuk in. Robles. Rumbled through. And Leopoldo Hernandez. Looks like Ben Zakowski's going to come on and relieve Liam McKinnon. And he has earned his 10-minute rest. The point of sparkling difference. He scored the first 2. And he scored the goal that would go on to cement it and make it 4-1. Could argue he even assisted the one goal he did not score today, as his day is done. Chattanooga happy to see him go. Second hat trick in the career of Liam McKinnon against Chattanooga Red Wolves. Free kick coming. Zakowski immediately having a whack. And nifty dribble by Leo Fala, who roams forward. And rifles wide, left it a little bit behind the man on the far touchline, Mayo Malungo. Mayo Malungo still. Ropapa Mensah weaving away from trouble. Into Green, who hooks across in. Frankenberg was cut out, but it glides over the head of Hernandez, who was arriving there at the back post. Played short from the goal kick. Watch the USL Jägermeister Cup final between Forward Madison SC and Northern Colorado Hailstorm SC as the tournament cup is hoisted by the inaugural winner on Saturday, September 28th. That's on ESPN Plus for you folks. That's appointment television. It will be an entertaining contest between two of the league's brightest, as Rick Wright has worked this match out with algebraic precision today. Felt optimistic coming into this one about his team's ability to turn the corner into this home stretch. They have put together their best performance in quite some time. Look at the man on the touchline for Chattanooga, Luke Winter. Scarlett swooping in to intercept Gustavo Fernandez. And Green, and all the way back to TJ Bush. Chattanooga came in today having not won a home match since July 13th, and that streak will extend. A side that's flirted with being dangerous at times this year, Chattanooga. Certainly plenty of potential and talents littered throughout this roster, but they've not been able to put the whole thing together. We're scoring goals for fun early, but conceding more. Figured out some of the defensive issues in the middle part of the season, and the goals dried up. Let's just come off the wheels again here today. Robles fires in a shot and taken out of play for a corner. Routine, Zakowski whacks one in and touched home. Tadej Stachuk will lay claim. And it's a very high five for the side from South Carolina. Greenville throttling away. Blasted into the box off a corner kick routine and just slipped in. And if that counts as a goal from a corner kick, it's the first of the year for Greenville. They came in today having been one of the only two teams in the league not to score from a corner. Them and Forward Madison. I think you can chalk that one up. Good touch from Carlos Anguiano. Escapes Anguiano for a moment, but he cleans up nicely ahead of Mensah. Corvino. And Scarlett, who has a pair of assists to his name. Turned wide by Robles and left behind the streaking Zion Scarlet. Upcoming schedule once more for Greenville Triumph. Very winnable games on the docket. Home match against Central Valley Fuego as this ball is belted in behind and dealt with by Jamie Smith, and then it's a home tie for this Greenville team against Lexington. Another game against a team outside the playoffs right now. Important away day at Spokane Velocity. That will be a good barometer of Greenville's intentions of potentially fighting for the 1 seed in the league. And then another away game on the West Coast against Central Valley Fuego. Certainly a chance for Greenville to hit the accelerator, get back into good graces just before the all-important playoff push. Hernandez. Free kick. Set out in front of Chattanooga. Jamil Roberts set to deliver. In by Roberts. Swerving delivery that's gathered by Rankenberg. Anguiano. Polak is down and Chattanooga charge forward. Hernandez finding off Anguiano. Takes it towards the byline, settled in the box. And it looks like it's going to be a point to the spot. A penalty kick awarded as Gustavo Fernandez was undercut. Rodrigo Robles going in too hard on the back lifts of Fernandez. A clear cut and dry penalty and a chance for a silver lining for Chattanooga, as it looks like Ropapa Mensah will lay claim. Mensah, no goals for him in the last 9 games coming into today. Only scored once since March 20th. A good chance to get going again, though. As he locks eyes with his obstacle, Gunther Rankenberg. Ropapa Mensah for Chattanooga Red Wolves. A winding run to the ball. Ropapa Mensah gets one back. They all count. It's 4 minutes of stoppage time. Chattanooga make it 5-2. A confident penalty from a man that has been sore for form, and that will feel great to finally put one in the back of the net. Brought to you by Rodriguez Dentistry. That penalty, a winning smile, and it is certainly a wide smile for Ropapa Mensah to get that goal. Mensah And Malongo. And Malongo lifting in, nobody home. And clear. Down the line, Gustavo Fernandez takes a big shot in the back from Polak. It's a free kick.
This replay is brought to you by Rodriguez Family Dentistry, the official dentist partner of the Chattanooga Red Wolves.
Into the box, out of the box. With the byline. Now for a goal kick. Into the final minute of the match. Greenville have had a grip from the gun. Scoring 10 minutes in and never looking back. There's a little bit of a spike of anxiety toward the top of this second half of play as Scarlett arrives in a blur to get to that ball and take it toward the corner. A big sliding tackle from Jamil Roberts. I think he won the ball. Never still, though, he's going to be shown the caution. It was a gruesome collision. Hopefully Zion Smith, or Zion Scarlett, I should say, is okay. Scarlett stretching out. Look back. And stabbing in there was Jamil Roberts, and left a little bit of something on Zion Scarlett. A shake of hands between two competitors. Into the box, Scarlett. Can't duck away. And that's it. Greenville, a flash out of the gate, and they never look back. Home side on their heels immediately. And that is a big boy result for Rick Wright's bunch. They are the villain in the Volunteer State as they get all 3 points and win by a margin of 3 goals over Chattanooga Red Wolves. Look at the men of the match for the home side. And it should be nobody else but Mael Malongo. He got the goal to make things interesting just ahead of halftime. He was a bright light in a dim night for Chattanooga. And a match brought to you by Timbercraft Whiskey. It was a night to remember, though, for Greenville, who took the best punch that Chattanooga could offer, down to 10 men after the red card to Toby John Hope. Greenville, as we take a look at the full-time stats, able to make everything they would have ever wanted happen in this game. We step aside here. Final thoughts and comments coming up on the other side of a break.
Do you know how fast you were going? 2.5 gig. With kids on the couch.
New 2.5 gig internet from EPB.
Slow down.
It's recklessly fast.
Too fast.
With SmartNet plus Wi-Fi.
Violation.
Turbocharging all your devices. More than twice the speed of the gig for just a little.
I need to try it first.
It was a get-right night for Greenville Triumph as they live up to their name. Certainly triumphant today against Chattanooga Red Wolves. We take a look back at the highlights from a match that was chock full. And it started quite early as the home side were backed in. 10th minute, where McKinnon would find himself on the receiving end of a leaking run from Zion Scarlett. This would not be the last time we saw this duo in action, as McKinnon, pretty simple finish from him, one-on-one with the keeper. That's what this guy does. Was always going to score from that tight end. And it was up and running for Greenville. On to the 19th minute, where Zion Scarlett would do the exact same thing as this game plan was well thought out by the roadside. Laid off to McKinnon to finish. That was a notable sequence there as the yellow card would be ushered into Toby John Hope, one that would later become crucial as a second one would be shown. John Hope would be sent off. His side well behind the 8 ball at this point, down to 10 men, but Mayo Malongo would not let go of the rope as he raced forward, blurred away, and converted from in tight. Composed finish to round Gunther Rankenberg. That gave the game a little bit of life. It looked like it might have been dwindling at that stage in the contest, but the halftime intermission gave an opportunity for Chattanooga to examine themselves and see what they might offer to this half. They were lively early, but a quarter of an hour into the frame, it would be McKinnon to settle and Hayden Anderson to punctuate with a piercing touch. This is where Greenville really grabbed hold. Not sure McKinnon really meant to play the pass in, but it worked out as that ball took his feet away. It fell kindly for Hayden Anderson, who celebrated with teammates. And only moments later, Greenville would strike again. And this would be the one to make it a true day to remember, as the ball got wide to Hayden Anderson, and McKinnon would complete his hat trick with a stabbing touch. Turned in without contest into an open goal. This is a seamed in crossing ball to cut it back from Hayden Anderson. Greenville continue to glide away at this stage and into the 85th minute. A quick corner kick routine. Played into the box and turned home by Federico Stachuk. He opens his account with Greenville Triumph there. It would be 5-1 at this stage. Chattanooga would not give up the fight though, as they work themselves into the box and earn this penalty kick. It was Fernandez going down to set up Ro Papamensa, who buried this and made it 5-2, made it a little bit more respectable. Post-game recap brought to you by CHI Memorial as we look at the stats brought to you by SmartBank. 4 shots on target for the home side. They converted 2, but were barraged right from the outset. Hardly had any of the ball and down to 10 men for a lot of that game. Never really had much of a chance of gaining even a single point, let alone 3, and it's Greenville who carry the day across the line and break the tape. What a day in the USL League One. Greenville Triumph come on the road and get everything that they were looking for in this one. McKinnon, the name up in lights as he has a hat trick on the road. Greenville Triumph might just have their sport back. Into the final stage of this regular season in the USL League One. And it's Greenville Triumph pocketing all 3 points on the road in convincing fashion, putting the league back on notice here in the states of Tennessee. For our entire crew, I've been Peyton Galler. Folks, we'll talk to you soon.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.